All right, strap yourselves in. We're diving deep into the grim darkness of the 41st millennium today.
Oh, yeah, we are.
And we're going to explore the downfall of the Night Lord's Legion.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, and we're going to look at it through the eyes of their prophet, Talos.
Interesting. Okay.
So we're taking our cues from an excerpt of, the Warhammer 40K novel, Void Stalker. It's by Dembski-Bowden.
Sounds good.
And we're going to kind of follow along with Talos as he kind of struggles with these visions he's having.
Okay.
And his legion kind of falling apart around him.
Mm-hmm.
And also just the echoes of, their past.
It's a really good choice, actually, using Tsagualsa.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just a battleground.
Yeah.
It's like looking into the soul of the Night Lords, you know?
Oh.
Their history there, it's inseparable from their descent into madness, their return.
Oh, I see.
It brings back all these ghosts, to the server.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Tsagualsa wasn't just any planet to the Night Lords. Right.
It was like their fortress world.
Yeah.
Where their Primarch, Conrad Kurz, he kind of gave in to his dark side.
Right.
And, they ruled through fear.
Yeah.
Like the screening gallery.
Oh, man.
It's like a monument built from the flayed skins and bones of their victims.
It's a chilling example of how they, used fear as a weapon.
Yeah.
They believed that was the only way to keep control,
Yeah.
It's kind of a messed up echo of their Primarch's own spiral.
Right.
Like, into violence and paranoia.
Yeah.
It's almost like they built that gallery as a testament to their broken philosophy.
Wow.
A reminder to everyone of what happens when you defy them.
Yeah. So that philosophy of, embracing terror.
Yeah.
Led to their downfall, really.
Ultimately, yeah.
They rebelled against the Imperium,
Yeah.
They retreated to Tsagualsa.
Right.
And they ended up, wiping out the original colonists on the planet. Brutal chapter in their history.
It is. One that they can't escape.
Right. And then millennia pass, and you have this new Imperial colony springing up on Tsagualsa, totally oblivious to what happened there before.
Like, la, la, la.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, boom.
The Night Lords show up again, led by Talos.
Oh, yeah.
Their prophet.
Yeah. This is where things get interesting.
Right.
Talos is claiming he was guided back to Tsagualsa by, prophetic visions, but his visions are getting, weirder.
Yeah.
More fragmented and disturbing.
Yeah, and they hint at something deeper going on with him.
Right.
Beyond just, surviving in the 41st millennium.
Yeah. It's like he's haunted by, visions of his dead brother, Reuven.
Yes. Yeah.
He's holding on to the Night Lord's philosophy.
Right.
It's a lifeline.
Yeah.
But it seems like his sanity is fraying.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder, are these visions real glimpses into the future?
Right.
Or are they signs of something darker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this one detail from the novel that adds another layer to this.
Yeah.
The Night Lords, they suffer from gene seed incompatibility.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
What's
that?
A lot of people who don't really follow 40K might not get it.
Okay.
But each Space Marine Legion is made using gene seed.
Right.
It's genetic material from their Primarch.
Okay.
That's what gives them their powers, their superhuman abilities.
Right.
But with the Night Lords,
yeah,
their gene seed is messed up, reflecting the instability of, Conrad Kurz himself.
So you're saying Talos's visions, his jumbled memories, all this descent into madness,
could be tied to this flaw in their genes.
like it's in their blood.
It adds a layer of tragedy to their story,
Yeah.
They're not just these brutal killers.
Right.
They're victims of their own genetic makeup,
Wow.
trapped in this downward spiral of violence and madness.
And you wonder, are they even in control, or are they puppets of their biology? It's heavy stuff.
It is.
And you see that reflected in how they act.
Boy.
The novel doesn't sugarcoat their brutality.
No.
We see them using terror tactics, flaying people, torture.
Yeah.
They're monsters.
Yeah.
But what's driving them?
Well, I think it's more than just rage,
Right.
They claim they're delivering some twisted kind of justice,
Right.
punishing the Imperium for leaving them behind.
Right.
It's deep-seated resentment.
Yeah.
They feel betrayed by the very empire they were supposed to serve.
So it's like this warped sense of righteousness.
Yeah, but there's this theme of control, too.
Yeah.
They seem to think fear is the only way to bring order to the galaxy.
And maybe in their minds, that justifies the horrors they inflict.
Yeah, their methods are monstrous, but they do make you think.
Yeah.
Can fear really be the foundation of lasting peace?
Right.
Or does it just lead to more violence and chaos?
Yeah, and even within the Night Lords themselves.
Another layer of conflict. The Legion's fractured.
Yeah.
Riddled with power struggles and rivalry.
Yeah, we see this even in Talos' own warband, First Claw.
Yeah.
They fight together.
Right.
But there's this tension.
Yeah.
Like they're all vying for control.
It's like a pack of predators.
Yeah.
Sizing each other up.
Wow.
Just waiting for someone to slick up.
Right.
The novel shows this through their different personalities.
Oh, okay.
You have Talos, the cold, calculating prophet,
Yeah.
driven by his visions.
Oh, right.
Then there's Zarl, the brutal pragmatist, all about getting the job done, no matter the cost.
Yeah.
And the Assyrian, the sadist.
Right, right.
He revels in the suffering of others.
Yeah.
And then there's Mercutian.
Okay.
He seems to be the most loyal to Talos.
Yeah.
But even he has his own agenda.
Wow.
It's interesting how none of them, show any remorse for the terrible things they do.
Right.
They see humans as, insects.
Right.
To be crushed.
Yeah.
It really shows how far they've fallen.
Yeah.
How much they've embraced the darkness.
Okay, and this brings us to, their attack on Sanctuary.
Yeah.
The new Imperial colony on Tsagualsa.
Mm-hmm.
It's a massacre.
It is.
A brutal show of force.
Yeah.
But it's not mindless, is it?
No. Telos has a plan.
Okay.
And it's going to have consequences that reach far beyond that planet.
He's going to use the terror and the suffering of those colonists to fuel a psychic attack.
Yes, against the Imperium.
Oh, wow.
He manipulates the Astropathic Guild, forces them to broadcast the colonists' pain and fear across the warp.
Okay, hold on. For anyone who's not a 40K expert, what's the Astropathic Guild?
Oh, right. It's basically the Imperium's communication network.
Okay.
Astropaths are psychers.
Right.
Individuals with psychic abilities.
Yeah.
They can send messages across vast distances using the warp.
And the warp is?
It's like this chaotic dimension that underpins reality.
Okay, I see.
And they're vital to keeping the Imperium together. Keeping it running.
So Talos is using their own network against them.
Exactly. Weaponizing their fear and pain.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
And it works, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's devastating. Worlds are left in ruins. Astropaths across multiple systems are crippled. Talos' scream echoes through the warp, just leaving a trail of suffering and chaos.
But I remember reading the scream had unintended consequences.
Yes, it did. It attracted some unwanted attention.
Ooh.
The Eldar.
The Eldar.
Yeah.
They're like an ancient and powerful race.
They are. They sensed the disturbance in the warp, and what they saw scared them.
The Night Lords.
Yeah. Fueled by Talos' madness, they represented a threat to their very existence.
And that's what brings the Eldar in.
Right. They can't ignore a danger like that. They're not exactly known for being patient when it comes to dealing with threats.
And they're guided by their seers, right?
Yeah.
Who have visions of the future.
Yeah. And one of those visions shows Talos leading the Night Lords to destroy their craft world.
Yo, all the way.
Oh, wow. They believe that by getting rid of the Night Lords, they can prevent that from happening.
So the Night Lords are in a tough spot.
They are.
They unleash this psychic scream.
Yeah.
Devastated the Imperium. Attracted the Eldar.
Yeah.
Who are now hunting them down.
Right.
And they end up where?
Back on Tsagualsa.
The place where it all began.
Yeah, the site of their greatest shame.
Yeah.
The source of their Primarch's downfall.
Wow.
It's a fitting setting for the next part of their story.
Yeah.
A confrontation with their past, a battle for survival.
You've got me hooked.
Good.
So what happens when the Night Lords go up against the Eldar on Tsagualsa?
Find out next time.
And what about Talos?
You'll have to wait and see.
Can he hold on to his sanity?
All will be revealed in part 2 of our deep dive.
I can't wait. Last time we left the Night Lords, well, they were in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah, trapped on Tsagualsa. Their fortress world. A ruin.
And the Eldar are right behind them.
Yeah.
They're not going to just forgive and forget,
Not exactly a happy ending in sight.
No, not really. Remember, the Eldar aren't just any enemy.
Right.
They're advanced, psychically powerful.
Yeah.
They understand war. They've been doing it for a long time.
Right.
And they're driven by this prophecy.
Right.
It isn't the Night Lords are a huge threat to them, to their existence.
Yeah, the stakes they're really high.
Oh, yeah.
So what's Talos going to do?
Right.
He's not just going to wait around for them to show up.
No.
He's supposed to be this cunning strategist.
Right, a prophet.
Right. Visions and all that.
Yeah.
There's got to be more to his plan.
He does have a plan, but you got to remember, Tsagualsa itself.
Yeah.
It's steeped in darkness, literally and figuratively.
Okay.
Shadows, echoes.
Right.
Talos uses that to his advantage,
Wow.
turns the ruins of their fortress into a trap.
Oh, okay. Lures the Eldar in for a close fight.
Oh, I see. Down in the catacombs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty smart, actually. I
Right.
mean, we talked about how the Night Lords they're masters of terror.
Yeah.
They love darkness and chaos.
Thrive in it.
So bringing the Eldar down there, taking away their tech advantage, forcing them to fight on the Night Lord's terms.
It's risky, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It also plays to another one of their strengths.
What's that?
The Night Lords, even more so than other Space Marines.
Yeah.
They're experts at hit-and-run attacks.
Right.
They're not about standing in a line and shooting.
Yeah.
They like to strike from the shadows, cause chaos,
Yeah.
disappear before the enemy can react.
Right.
Catacombs are perfect for that.
Yeah, like a playground.
Yeah.
But even with a good plan, and home field advantage.
They're still in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Their forces are depleted, their fleet's messed up.
Right.
They're stuck on a planet that's basically a graveyard.
Right? Can they really pull this off?
Well, that's where Talos makes another interesting choice.
Okay.
He decides to wake up Malcherian.
Malcherian.
Yeah, he's a legendary Night Lord's captain.
Yeah.
He's been entombed in a dreadnought for centuries.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
For those of us who don't speak, fluent Warhammer 40K,
Right.
what is a dreadnought?
Oh, think of it as a walking sarcophagus,
Okay.
heavily armored combat walker.
Okay.
When a Space Marine is too hurt to fight normally, but his mind's still working,
Yeah.
they can be put inside a dreadnought.
I see.
It's basically a second life.
Right.
Spent in a metal shell,
Oh, wow.
driven by vengeance and duty.
So Malcherian is like a relic of their past,
Yeah, you could say that.
a symbol of their former glory.
Yeah.
But why wake him up now?
It's a gamble. Kellis is hoping Malcherian's experience, his tactics,
Yeah.
will give them the edge they need.
Okay.
But there's this tension,
Yeah.
Talos is driven by prophecy, these visions.
Right.
Malcherian, he's more practical,
Right. Yeah.
focused on the here and now, the immediate situation.
So you have these two different leadership styles,
Exactly.
both representing parts of the Night Lords.
Yeah.
The prophet with his visions and the warrior focused on reality.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder how well they'll work together
It's going to be interesting.
when the Eldar show up.
Right.
That's what I like about this excerpt.
Yeah.
It's not just a battle.
Right.
It's about the conflicts within the Night Lords themselves, their
Yeah.
past haunting them,
Yeah.
how their own nature might destroy them.
Exactly.
So, Malcherian's awake, the trap's set.
The Eldar arrive.
What happens?
Imagine this. Catacombs, dark, tight.
Yeah.
Echoes of old battles, whispers of the dead.
Okay.
Eldar come in confident.
Right.
Their tech, their numbers,
Right.
they don't know what's waiting.
And then what?
All hell breaks loose.
The Night Lords attack.
Yeah, ambushes, hit and run,
Right.
striking from the shadows, causing heavy casualties,
Yeah.
then disappearing back into the darkness.
Wow.
The Eldar weren't expecting that.
No.
They're used to open combat,
Yeah.
where their firepower and psychic powers give them an advantage.
Makes sense.
The Night Lords, they completely disrupt their tactics,
Right.
force them into this chaotic, close fight,
Yeah.
where every corner could be an ambush.
Yeah, every shadow a threat.
Right. The excerpt does a great job of showing how claustrophobic and brutal it is.
Yeah.
You can feel the desperation, the fear.
Yeah.
It's raw.
But the Eldar, they're not going to give up easily.
No, they won't. They're warriors,
Mm.
driven by duty,
Yeah.
their own prophecy.
So how do they react?
They adapt. They realize they can't fight the Night Lord's way.
So they change tactics.
Yeah, they start using their psychic powers to feel out the darkness,
Okay.
trying to anticipate the Night Lord's moves.
I see.
They also rely more on their close combat specialists.
Oh, yeah.
Their aspect warriors,
Right.
trained for this brutal up-close fighting.
So it becomes this war of attrition.
Yeah.
Bloody back and forth.
Yeah, in the heart of
So
Tsagualsa.
who starts to win?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Both sides lose a lot.
Yeah.
The excerpt doesn't hold back on the brutality.
No.
Arms cut off, heads crushed, bodies riddled with bullets.
Brutal.
But there are moments where it seems like one side might gain the upper hand.
Okay.
At one point, Talos lets loose another psychic scream,
Okay.
this time aimed at the Eldar's morale.
Oh, wow.
It's risky, takes a lot out of him,
Yeah.
but it throws him off balance for a bit.
Gives the Night Lords some space?
Yeah,
It
exactly.
sounds like Talos is willing to do anything,
He is.
sacrifice himself even,
Yeah,
to achieve his goals.
yeah.
But is it enough?
Can they hold off the Eldar forever? No, they can't.
Right.
The Eldar have too many warriors. They're too determined. And then, when the Night Lords are about to break,
Yeah.
a new threat appears. The Void Stalker.
The Void Stalker, yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about her before.
Right.
Who is she exactly?
Imagine like a specter of death,
Okay.
a silent, unstoppable hunter,
Okay.
moving through the shadows
Right.
with like an unnatural grace.
Oh, wow.
She's specifically there to hunt Talos,
Right, right.
fulfill the prophecy that says he'll be destroyed.
So she's not just any Eldar soldier.
No, she's a symbol
Yeah.
of their prophecy, their determination
Right.
to get rid of the Night Lords for good.
She's their weapon.
Yeah, focused,
Yeah.
certain.
Yeah.
And when she arrives, things change.
Oh, how so?
The Night Lords, even though they were outnumbered,
Yeah.
they still had some control.
Right.
But the Void Stalker changes everything.
Right.
She's like a force of nature,
Right.
a predator that can appear and disappear,
Right.
striking with deadly precision.
It's not just her physical skills, though, is it?
Yeah.
It's this aura she has, this feeling of inevitability.
Right.
Like she represents fate itself.
Yeah,
The doom Talos has been trying to avoid.
exactly. She's not just a threat to their lives.
Yeah.
She's a threat to their belief that they control their own destiny.
Right.
She's a constant reminder that their past is catching up to them,
Yeah.
that they can't escape the consequences.
Okay, I'm getting chills.
Yeah.
What happens when she starts hunting Talos?
It's not good. She starts taking out his warband, one by one.
Oh, wow.
These are guys who've been with him for centuries.
Right.
His closest brothers.
Yeah.
And she kills them so easily.
Coldly.
Yeah. Brutally.
Right.
It reflects the Night Lord's own methods.
Wow.
Like, she's holding up a mirror to them,
Yeah.
showing them who they really are.
That's going to be devastating for Talos, is seeing his brothers die,
Yeah.
knowing he can't protect them. But there's another layer to this, right?
Yeah.
We talked about his mental state,
Yeah.
the visions, his dead brother.
Yeah.
Does that play a role in all this?
Absolutely. The Void Stalker's presence seems to make his inner turmoil worse.
Oh, okay.
His visions get even more messed up.
Right.
He loses his grip on reality.
Yeah.
Past and present blur together.
Wow.
It's like she's attacking his mind,
Yeah.
using his guilt and fear against him.
It's like, it's poetic in a way.
Yeah. Twisted, but yeah.
The Night Lords, they built their whole philosophy around fear,
Right.
and now they're being confronted by their own fears.
Exactly.
Both inside and out.
Yeah.
But it gets worse, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Talos does something really horrible.
What?
He's driven by paranoia.
Yeah.
The whispers of his dead brother in his head.
Right.
And he kills his own brother, Uzas.
Oh, no.
He thinks Uzas is possessed by a demon,
Yeah.
but really it's just his own mind falling apart. He can't tell friend from foe anymore.
That's a turning point.
It is.
Killing his own brother.
Yeah.
It shows how far he's fallen,
Yeah.
how much the darkness has taken over.
It makes you wonder, has he become the very thing he's been fighting?
Yeah.
Has his obsession with control, with fear,
Yeah.
turned him into something even worse?
I guess we'll find out in part 3.
We will.
But this is a lot to think about. We left off with Talos, well, in a really bad place.
Yeah, things were not looking good for him.
The Night Lords were getting wiped out by the Eldar. And Talos himself, I mean, he's losing it.
Yeah, haunted by his brother doing unthinkable things.
It's hard to imagine things getting worse, but this is the 41st millennium, right?
Oh, yeah. It can always get worse.
So I have a feeling we're not done yet.
You're right to be worried.
Yeah.
Killing Uzaz, his brother, it's a turning point.
Right.
Not just for Talos.
Yeah.
For the whole story.
Okay.
It breaks what little trust was left among the Night Lords.
Yeah.
Shows how rotten they are at their core.
Even in their world, a world of violence.
There are lines you don't cross.
Yeah.
And Talos, he just obliterated one of those lines.
It's like he became what he was trying to avoid.
Yeah.
So focused on fighting fate, controlling the future with fear, that he becomes the monster.
Yeah, it's scary how we can become our own worst enemy.
Yeah, that's deep.
It also shows how tragic the Night Lords are.
Yeah.
They're not just bad guys in this story.
Right.
They're victims, too,
Oh.
of their past, their messed up genes,
Yeah.
their Primarch's madness.
It's like even their good moments, their clever tactics,
Yeah.
are overshadowed by this darkness. So what happens next? Does Talos finally face the Void Stalker?
Oh, they definitely fight.
Okay.
And it happens in a place that's, well, very symbolic.
Okay.
The ruins of Tsagualsa,
Right.
a planet that's become a graveyard
Yeah.
for both the Night Lords and the Eldar.
It's like a monument to all the destruction, a reminder that their obsession with control and prophecy.
Just brought death.
Yeah.
But the Void Stalker, she didn't see it that way.
Right.
She's there for one reason.
To kill Talos.
Yeah, and to fulfill the prophecy.
Right.
She's a weapon,
Yeah.
focused.
Right.
And she doesn't hesitate.
So the fight.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Blades, psychic energy flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Talos, even though he's hurt, losing his mind.
Yeah.
He fights with everything he's got. He's outmatched.
What makes her so strong?
Well, she's fast,
Yeah.
agile,
Yeah.
deadly with her blade.
Right.
But she also understands psychic warfare.
Oh.
She doesn't just attack his body. She
Yeah.
attacks his mind,
Oh, wow.
his weaknesses, his guilt, his fear.
Yeah.
She reminds him of his dead brothers, his failures.
Breaks him down.
Yeah, until he's just a shell of his former self.
It's like his inner demons come to life.
Right.
The darkness he's been pushing down. Fitting, really, for someone who's built his life on making others afraid.
And that's what finally defeats him.
Oh,
The
wow.
Void Stalker, she disarms him, blinds him in one eye,
Oh, man.
leaves him bleeding in the ruins.
And that's it.
We don't know for sure what happens to him,
Right.
but he's clearly lost.
Broken.
Yeah.
But before she leaves him,
The Void Stalker, she gives him a message.
oh, what does she say?
She says he's done well to survive this long,
Okay.
but his suffering, it's just beginning.
It's like, even in defeat, they can't escape.
Yeah, the darkness they've brought, it's still with them.
So what happens to the Night Lords after Talos?
The excerpt doesn't really say.
All right.
We're left wondering.
Yeah.
We know they've lost a lot, their leaders are gone, their future's uncertain,
Right.
but it feels like their story isn't over.
Can they ever escape their Primarch's shadow?
It's a good question.
Can they find redemption?
When the galaxy sees them as monsters.
Or are they stuck in this cycle of violence?
Yeah, it's a cycle that's defined them for millennia.
That's what I like about these deep dives.
Yeah.
We get into the heads of these characters, their
Yeah.
twisted ways of thinking, their tragic ends, but we're left with questions.
Yeah. It makes you think.
We've seen how fear can be a weapon,
Right.
but it can also corrupt you,
Yeah.
destroy you. Prophecy versus free will,
Yeah.
trying to outrun your past.
Out in there.
Even in a universe as vast as Warhammer 40K,
Mm-hmm.
it's the human elements that really hit you.
Yeah.
The choices we make, the consequences, and sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones inside us.
That's a good point to end on.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the Night Lords.
Yeah. Until next time.